Hello folks, my good friend Nick is after a used car and we're currently putting this one through its paces. It's a Skoda Octavia VRS estate. It's in lovely condition. It's obviously had a couple of modifications. It goes up the road like a scolded dog, so we dare say it's had a little bit of a map. It's had some window tints put on, but nothing too offensive, and everything seems to have been fairly sympathetically done. Comes with a stack of receipts about yay big. We've obviously done a V check on it and that all comes through absolutely fine. Nick actually used my link for that V check as well because he's a lovely man. No issues at all on the V check. In fact, it shows really consistent mileage throughout the lifetime of the car. The service history all matches with that big stack of receipts, so all good. We're loving the car so far. The one final thing for us to do is to check it out using Carista, and that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to show you exactly what I would do when buying a used car with the Carista device. So we're not going to start where you might expect by just going through fault codes. We're going to start at live data because live data is going to give us a lot of what we actually need to verify that this car is as it seems. So going into that now, and I'm just going to walk you through that process, and I'm just in this video touching on the things that I would personally always do if buying a used car. So let's start with vehicle mileage information. This is a great place to start because if the mileage on the car is significantly different to the mileage that's coming through the control units, we have a problem. So we've got 72,000 miles on the car, a little bit more than that. And it's all really consistent here, which is about 72,000 miles, no issues with that. Transmission mileage is a tad lower, which suggests that the transmission was either replaced early in its life or it's perhaps had some sort of servicing. Not concerned with that at all. It's actually reading lower than the engine, so no problems there. We're then looking at the service interval info. Distance driven since last inspection, 7,000 kilometers, so what's that, about 5,000 miles, 222 days. This is all consistent with the service book, so no problems there. Airbag crashes count report. So we're going to see how many times the airbags have gone off in this car. As you can see there, it's 0. I'm now going to go into diagnose, and what that's going to do is read all the separate ECUs in the car. The car might beep at us or flash up some fault codes while it's doing this. That's perfectly normal, but it's going to go through the different control units in the car and tell us if there are any faults. Quite often it will find faults in what you think is a perfectly good car with no problems. They're not always the end of the world. Sometimes it's a little gremlin or something. If there are more serious issues, then this will detect them and we can obviously get a price to resolve that and hopefully knock that off the price of the car. So it's now scanned all 18 ECUs. As you can see, it's got 7 faults detected, so we're going to go through those one by one. CAN network gateway is 1. Power steering control module, no communication. Okay, well the power steering's working fine, so I don't care about that one, but of course I will tell Nick and he can take a view on it himself. Then steering wheel, selector lever, park position, lock switch, range performance. No idea what that means, so we'll look up that fault code. You can do that by literally clicking on it and it does a Google search for you on that fault code so you can find out what it means. We've then got heater and air conditioning, function limitation due to energy management. We have to find out what that is. It could be because I'm sat here with the ignition on, engine's not running. I did check the battery, it's at 66% charge. Maybe the car's click that in. The AC's not even on actually. AC compressor activation, short circuit to ground. So we will check the air conditioning. If the air conditioning's got a problem, obviously we'll have to look into that, find out the cost of it and get it sorted. General electronics, 3 faults. Right, this is a classic one. Remote control, key voltage too low, 1, 2 and 3. So you get 3 faults on that. It's nothing, like if anything, it just needs a battery change in the key fob. Comes up a lot on VW group vehicles. If there's anything more serious than that, it can sometimes be a little controller unit inside the car. Okay, so that fault code we're getting on the selector lever could cost 760 quid. So we need to look into that in a bit more detail. Initially, it doesn't seem like a massive concern, but it's going to cost 700 odd quid to put right according to this forum post. So we will make a couple of calls on that. we'll also need to just find out a bit more about the air conditioning issue, because again, it could be something and nothing, but it could be something quite pricey, and now's the time to find that out before you part with your readies. I'm sure Nick will still buy this car because it's very good, but it might make a difference of 500, 600, 700 quid, could make a difference of £1,000, who knows. And if it does, then obviously we need to work with the seller on that to get the price down. But aside from that, more than happy with this car. The physical inspection's been fantastic. The inspection of all the documentation, the service history, everything marries up to what the Carista device is telling us, and that's a really good sign that this is a nice, genuine car. So yeah, we just need to get these things sorted out, work out a price with the seller, and off we go. Hope you've enjoyed this one, folks. I hope it's given you an insight into just how useful the little Carista can be. If you want to get 25% off one of these devices, jump onto Amazon using the link in the video description and use the code popping up on your screen right now, and that will get you 25% off the purchase price. You then get a month's free use, and you can subscribe to it for just £10 a month, and you can cancel at any time. If you want an annual subscription, it's 40 something quid. You know, it's not going to cost you the earth, and it's very, very useful just to keep one of these in your glove box in case the worst does happen when you're out on the road. Sometimes one of these can be the difference between you getting towed home and driving home. Thanks for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you on the next one. Guys, don't forget to use that link to Amazon that's in the video description and pinned as the top comment to order your Carista device, and use that promo code 𝑘𝙃𝙉𝙆𝙆𝙎 when you're in the checkout on Amazon, and you'll get 25% off. This really is a superb piece of equipment that I encourage all of you to get if you've got a compatible car. Once again, that compatibility checker link is down there for you too. Hope you enjoy the rest of the videos in this series where we look more into what this thing can do.